Um, Last lecture we were discussing about the git log command. In this one, we'll be looking at the next feature, which is minus minus pretty. So in this one, basically, um, one line is an option which will print each of the commits on a single line, just like this. All of the commit information is on the single line, and other commit information on another single line, and the third one on the third single line. So this is how it works. So other than that, the short, full, and fuller options will if I just put short here, then it will basically print it short in shortly. So and almost same format, but in a short form, and this full and fuller will give a longer form. And other than that, the other interesting format is format. Sorry, other interesting option is format. So in this you can basically describe the exact format in which you want to print the log history. So I am just giving a %h. So %h basically stands for abbreviated commit hash. If I want the full commit hash, I will give %capital H, and %an, that is the author name, %ar. Note that each option should be preceded with a percent. AR is the author date relative. So basically, relative to the current time, you have to provide the date, that is 6 years ago in our case. Then %s will give the exact commit message, that is the subject. So this is how we want to print it. This is the exact format which we want to print in, and we want a dash between the commit hash short form and the author name. So this dash is appearing here, and this comma between the author name and the when it was committed, and this colon between when it was committed and the subject commit. So basically this is how we want to print. So these things are very useful when you want to do automate some of the stuff in git log. So let's say if you are making a tool, I am pretty sure such tools will already be existing. Atlassian source tree is one of the good tools for git GUI tools. So let's say, or you are writing some automated script for analyzing the commits and all, and who did what when, or maybe you are just writing a simple search functionality, search utility uh, in GUI search utility. So let's say in these cases you will just need to grab on something from here, grab on the whatever is uh, just before comma and all these things. So you can grab from the specific portions from a single line, and you can basically trim these using bash globs or something, whatever you want, the regular expressions or whatever way you like. Or maybe if you are in Java, then you can use the methods to trim them and you can use them. So this is why this format specification is pretty useful. And so these are the some of the options. I will just stop here so that you can pause and see what the various options are. This one and this one. Okay, so these are the things. Author and committer, obviously author is the one who first wrote the work, and committer one who last applied the work. And one line and format are particularly useful with this option called minus minus graph. So it will show our branch and merge history. So when we read about git branching in our further lectures, we will further look into this option. So this is very useful. It shows the output like this right now, we can see. And now the some of the other options with git log stat we have already seen, short stat, some small statistics, and all these options are also there. Now limiting log output. So if we want to limit whatever is um, committed since the last 2 weeks, then we just do a minus minus since is equal to 2 weeks. This option we can use, or we can specify a date also in this one. Until, until also useful in that, until that date. So basically these are pretty useful in that case. uh, so this is you got this right. Git log minus minus since is equal to 2 weeks, that is the commits made in the last 2 weeks. And this is the another git log minus s option. So this is pretty useful if you have let's say you are modifying some files and you make changes in those files and you commit them, right? So uh, you want to show only those particular commits in which the number of occurrences of a particular string has changed. That is, let's say this is the function name. So I'm in my code base there is a function called hello world. So earlier I was calling that function at 5 places. Now I'm calling it at only 4 places. So earlier called at 5 places, now only being called at 4 places, and in both of them plus one definition also. So once this is coming as a definition, the name is coming in the function definition. So earlier this string was occurring 6 times in your code base. Now this string is just coming occurring 5 times in your code base. So uh, so this is pretty useful if you want to know which function uh, is being now being called lesser number of times. This is just a scenario. Uh, Other than function call, it can be anything else also. So finally, we just see this git log advanced one. So this is with a lot of options. Git log minus minus pretty, and you just give all these options. Percentage h, how we want to show that. Percentage s. So this is the short hash. Then dash, as you mentioned. Then in percentage as the subject of the commit. And then now we are trying to say which all commits we want to show. So minus minus author is equal to git star. So uh, this is the ID of the author. Author is git star. Only those commits we want to show for which the author is git star. Git star. So this is the name of the guy, Junio Hamano. Hope I am pronouncing it correctly. Sorry if I'm not. Minus minus since is equal to 2018 10/01. So it is format is YYYY MMDD, that is year, month, date. So you can from since this date, so starting from this date and till this date, before this date basically, so this date will not be counted basically. So this is 1 November 1 November 2008. So starting from 1 October and before 1 November, that is the whole of October 2008 we are covering. And the commits which didn't result in merge, so uh, no merges. So merge again we will see in when we uh, in our branching and other topics. And this is how we print it fully. This is the final output. So of the nearly 40,000 commits in the Git source code history, this command shows the 6 that match those criteria. So this just shows how powerful the Git tool is and how specific we can be while searching for our logs. Uh, Thank you, friends. Please like, share, and subscribe.